I know, like personally with me, a lot of people, you know, they always say ki, oh Aditi, I feel like if I do foo, you'll fly, and if I touch you, you'll break. I'm like, you know, you think you need to save me, but if there's a storm, I'll save you.
Ranveer, the moment he enters the room, he really kind of sparks up the entire scene,
right.
you know. And अगर वो इंसान ज़्यादा बोलता है और ज़्यादा करता है तो उसको सूट करता है वो.
मतलब I feel like जब आप ज़्यादा opinions नहीं देते और उन चीज़ों पे नहीं बात करते हो जहाँ पे आप शायद किसी की साइड ले सकते हो तो शायद आप ज़्यादा चलते हो. I think it's true आज for sure.
I have got a lot of offers, but I just believe in cinema. I only stay with cinema. I drink with cinema. I sleep with cinema. Everybody knows about it.
English फिल्में बचपन में देखना allowed नहीं था for some reason. मेरे माँ बाप को लगता था कि मैं बिगड़ जाऊँगा.
So you have these stories that are told generation after generation after generation, you know, that sort of pass its way down. And I think that's pretty much been the genesis and the research, in a sense of that, has come from, you know, these oral stories that have come down from, you know, the legends of, अरे यार, you know, Kishore Kumar ये करता था and R.D. Burman वो करता था, and this is how they made that song, this is how they shot that scene.
How much time do we have? Come home and have lunch.
Lunch and dinner.
Hello everyone, welcome to News 18 Shosha, and today I have with me the extremely talented squad Jubilee from Jubilee. Hi Apar, Aditi, Vikram sir, Boombada, Wamiqa and Sidhant.
Thank you so much, Titash. Thank you.
Yes, so I watched 5 episodes and it was so overwhelming as a, you know, Hindi cinema lover to see that. You know what I really loved? The opening credits. It's ekdam like, you know, Purane Zamane ka, it's just like that. My first question is, what was the first film that you remember watching and that has really stayed back with you as a child?
Oh, black and white film.
Any film that you remember watching as a child?
मैं मूवी हॉल में पहली फिल्म तेजाब देखने गया था.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong. So 88 में रिलीज हुई होगी.
87, 88. In Chandra ji.
वो मेरी पहली फिल्म जो देखी थी.
Okay.
For me, Mani Sir's Bombay.
Okay.
Which I was very mesmerized by. Also because I haven't seen too many films in a theatre.
The life actually came full circle because you got to work with him.
Yes, it was my dream to be a Mani Ratnam heroine.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, Amar Akbar Anthony. It was the first film that I have a recollection of watching it on. मतलब इतनी बार देखी as a child के. That and I think plus Sholay. So I think growing up as a Bachchan, as an Amitabh Bachchan, मतलब भक्त. It's all mixed up at some point.
Yeah.
All the Bachchan films get mixed up.
Okay. So?
Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee.
Oh yeah.
Oh right.
And
Oh yeah.
as he's saying, Diwar, Zanjeer, Mr. Bachchan fan. Yeah. So
Right.
initially we all wanted to become Bruce Lee. And that made us like we used to start fighting, learning karate, kung fu. So Bruce, I mean, Enter the Dragon was like
The Dragon is legendary stuff.
yeah,
Man. It's too good.
and of course Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Devdas?
और हम आपके हैं कौन?
सर अपनी बॉटल निकाल के दे ही दो इसको.
क्या मतलब इस बात में?
यार ऐसी जोक मारने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
एक ट्रिविया बताएंगे आपको उसके
बताओ
बाद.
ना क्या मतलब? बताओ ना.
मेरा नाम बल्लू है, मैं हॉकी का बहुत बड़ा प्लेयर.
और हम आपके हैं कौन?
Okay.
या आई थिंक वो मैंने बहुत बार रिपीट पे जितनी बार टीवी पे आती थी मैं देखती रहती थी. हाँ.
इंग्लिश फिल्में बचपन में देखना अलाउड नहीं था for some reason. मेरे माँ बाप को लगता था कि मैं बिगड़ जाऊँगा. No logic.
Same, you know.
Yeah, right.
Same.
Yeah,
For me it was ulta.
Yeah, I wish. But then, yeah, I know English भी अभी सीखी है कुछ टाइम पहले. It's a weird journey. Anyways, no, seriously, I left Jammu. I couldn't even finish a sentence in English, really. But that was my suffering. And yeah, being deprived of watching
And now we are
global
suffering.
Good one.
बाद में बहुत पीटेगा ये तुम्हें.
हाँ बहुत मन करे बाल खराब खींच. Anyways, so but I remember I think me and my brother went with my dad's best friend to watch Titanic.
Okay.
In the theater, and that was like.
Nice. Vikram sir,
Yes.
yes. आप कुछ बोल रहे हो?
आपकी पहली फिल्म कौन सी है जो आपको
हाँ,
याद है?
even we want to.
You know, it was Mohabbatein. I was just
cute.
4 years old.
So sweet.
And you were taken to a theatre yourself?
No, I remember watching it in the TV.
Ah.
On the TV, yeah. Okay. No, Vikram sir, I want to ask you. Of course, the genesis of the film is because your love for cinema. It's a tribute to Indian cinema. I want to ask you a little bit about, what kind of research did you actually go through? Because I'm really intrigued by that. What were the things that you went to?
I think some of the research, most of the research actually is what me and Atul Sabharwal, my writer, what we've ourselves kind of like lived through, and we both same age, we've both come into the industry as young assistant directors, where we've come at the end of the analog era, and, into the digital era. And I think it's that, and then also na Baithe Baithe, it's small things here. When I was an assistant director with Sanjay Bansali on Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, so Ismail Darbar's arrangers used to be this couple called Prakash and Yogesh. And Prakash and Yogesh had been assistants of somebody called Babluda. Babluda used to be the arranger for R.D. Burman.
Wow.
And R.D. Burman, of course, is H.D. Burman's son. And then, so you have these stories that are told generation after generation after generation, that sort of pass its way down. And I think that's pretty much been the genesis and the research, in a sense of that, has come from, these oral stories that have come down from, the legends of, Kishore Kumar ye karta tha, and R.D. Burman wo karta tha, and this is how they made that song, this is how they shot that scene. And I think it's part of that legend that sort of like, most of our research has been that. It's been listening to stories and having those stories come down and sort of like do this. So there is one technical research ke, haan, yaar, ye film mein. So like because I was I assisted Sanjay during the end of the analog era, I understood how projectors work, how film works. So I'm only teaching people on this set ke aisa hota tha. And the rest of it is just general research that you do for an era, which you still can. Ke gaadiyan, ya clothes, ya matches, ya cigarettes, or whether it's a certain kind of like what kind of fabric would there be, what kind of light would they use, what kind of paint. Those things are, I think that's general research, but most of the story research that comes from our own stories, and then research into the era. We want to tell a story between 1947 and 1955. In that time, what happened to India culturally, how much of that was affecting movies, how much of that got affected by movies.
Right.
So that's a lot of, if you've seen up to episode 5, you know that there's a whole bit of the Russians and the Americans coming in. Now that's research based. That we didn't know. That when research told us, okay, by the way, this is how these things happened, that they both came in, then the songs got banned, and so that song banning we knew कि सुना था हम लोग ने कि गाने ban हुए थे on AIR, and therefore the songs had to come from Radio Ceylon. Now that is a true story.
Yeah.
So that, but we did some more research into that, figure out why were the songs banned, and then you sort of understand why the songs were banned, and then you kind of like make a story around that and stuff. So the mixture of everything.
Yeah, but it was so interesting to see how, no spoilers, but how you edited those reels. Yaad hai?
In one of the conversations we were talking that how it is beautiful that one of the best parts of entering this world is you get to know how really films were made and किस तरीके से वो सामने लोगों तक पहुंचती थी, वो फिल्म का काटना और उसको जोड़ना या फिर उस प्रोजेक्टर रूम में रहना और उसको पूरे मशीन को चलाना. आई थिंक ये सब चीज़ें अगर एज एन एक्टर आपको करने को मिल गई हैं अपनी लाइफ में तो यू कैन ऑलवेज फील you'll only feel blessed about it. I mean, of course, बहुत सुंदर चीज़ें हैं सारी की सारी.
That's right. Okay, so there's a dialogue that you say, okay, in the show. You say that film industry में जो चुप रहता है वो लंबा चलता है.
Wow.
Do you think it is like it really holds true, all of you?
ये बिल्कुल सूट नहीं करता है हमारी की तकलीफ है.
ये मेरी जिंदगी की तकलीफ है क्योंकि मैं शायद सोते-सोते भी बात करता हूँ. जो सपने में जो सोते में ड्रीम ले रहा हूँ ना उसमें मैं लाइव बोल रहा हूँ, लाइव लिप सिंक कर रहा हूँ. बट यू आर राइट. आई थिंक ये सिर्फ फिल्मों की बात नहीं है, ये लाइफ की बात है. आई थिंक चाहे वो एनर्जी शायद पकड़ के रखने की बात हो या देखिए वैसे जो इस समय एरा चल रहा है ओवरऑल हमारे फिल्म्स का, पोजीशनिंग का, एक्टर्स का, सुपरस्टार्स का, जो सोशल मीडिया का ज़माना चल रहा है वो थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा बोलने वाला है असली में. तो विद ऑल द, इफ़ आई कैन say this without sounding too much, जो पेड मीडिया दिस दैट एंड द अदर, जो कितना कुछ चल रहा है, वो एक अलग दौर है. बट द वेरी स्टांस ऑफ प्लेइंग सटल, वो आई थिंक हमेशा कहीं ना कहीं हर प्रोफेशन में वर्क करता है. मोर देन दैट, द एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी बाय द सोसाइटी इज लिटिल मोर नॉर्मली. बाकी असली में सच्चाई ये है मेरे ख्याल से, टू ईच इज ओन.
राइट.
आप अनअबैशडली रणवीर सिंह भी हो सकते हैं, आप उसको कैरी कर पा रहे हैं कि नहीं, वो बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. आई थिंक रणवीर, द मोमेंट ही एंटर्स द रूम, ही रियली काइंड ऑफ स्पार्क्स अप द एंटायर सीन, यू नो. एंड अगर वो इंसान ज़्यादा बोलता है और ज़्यादा करता है तो उसको सूट करता है वो. सो आई मीन, एंड टू ईच इज ओन. और कोई और इंसान ऐसा है जो चुपचाप अपना काम करके निकल जाता है, वो उसको सूट कर रहा है. बट या जो, तो इसलिए वो सिर्फ वो डायलॉग आई थिंक शायद उस समय डायलॉग के लिए है.
Okay.
और मेरी जिंदगी को सूट नहीं करता बिल्कुल. आई टॉक टू मच.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's also not really about how talkative or
नहीं, I know it is about आप अपने बारे में क्या बोल रहे हैं क्या नहीं.
Or stating opinions for that.
exactly if that person is opinionated or not.
जी अक्सर
जो नहीं,
जब इंसान ज्यादा बोलता है तो ओपिनियनेटिव ज्यादा होता ही है ऑटोमेटिकली.
मतलब I feel like जब आप ज़्यादा opinions नहीं देते और उन चीज़ों पे नहीं बात करते हो जहाँ पे आप शायद किसी की साइड ले सकते हो, तो शायद आप ज़्यादा चलते हो. आई थिंक इट्स ट्रू आज फॉर श्योर.
Yeah. What about you, Aditi?
I think you should be true to who you are.
That's about it.
And you should speak when you think it's really important. 100% be loyal. And I think it's also very important to listen.
Yeah.
To listen, and because you only learn by listening. Listen, and of course discard what is not working for you. But for that you have to be honest enough with yourself and think for yourself. But I think it's very important to say something when you feel it's necessary. But I think how you say it makes a huge difference.
That's true. Yeah. Right. Bumbada, you have been the reigning superstar of the Bangla film industry for decades now. Where does the superstar Prosenjit Chatterjee and Srikanth Roy coincide?
How to Vikram can only tell me. I mean,
I can't.
don't know how Srikanth Roy and Prosenjit Chatterjee, like, in terms of one thing is very sure. I'm sure that everybody knows about it, that from last 40 years, I mean, I have got a lot of offers, but I just believe in cinema. I only stay with cinema, I drink with cinema, I sleep with cinema. Everybody knows about it. So I think there why I think Srikanth Roy, who is passionate about cinema, who only believes that whatever has to be done first is the production house, your studio, and the content, the cinema.
Right.
He's like ruthless. Somewhere I think whoever knows about me, I'm really ruthless when it comes to my profession. In fact, in my biography, it is written that when it comes to my profession, I'm Hitler. I don't give it up. So there, I think only the connection comes with Srikanth Roy and a kind of experience, maturity.
Yeah. Sidhant, how similar are you to Jay Khanna?
Oh,
Well, you're as charming as him, but otherwise.
oh, thank you. Thank you. I was very
सारे
time pass to kar. Acha, oh, you're sneezing.
I was sneezing, yeah. Sorry, I sneezed into the mic.
I was actually very far away from him when I read the script, but there was this one similarity which was not giving up attitude. कुछ लोग होते हैं जो give up नहीं करते लाइफ में, कुछ लोग होते हैं जिनको आता ही नहीं है give up करना. They don't know what that means. So I think वो मुझे अपने बारे में तब पता चला जब जय खन्ना मेरी ज़िंदगी में आया कि it's actually possible to not know how to give up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I look back at my journey अपनी पूरी life and I was like क्यों नहीं कर पाया give up, because after so many rejections, not getting what I wanted to do, etc. for so long, there's something in me just didn't know how to give up. So I just kept finding more and more and more. So I think there's a reason something comes to you. So the script came to me and बस आपके साथ बैठा हूँ मैं फिर इंटरव्यू कर रहा हूँ, खुश हूँ.
Great. Wamiqa, being directed by the likes of Vikramaditya, Motwani, Vishal Bhardwaj so early on in your career, does it get overwhelming? Are there these moments where you keep pinching yourself?
बिल्कुल. मुझे तो कभी लगा ही नहीं था कि I'll be able to. मैंने ऐसे कई कहते हैं ना कि dream of working with them कि I hope कि ऐसा होगा. I loved their films, but मुझे ऐसा लगा ही नहीं था कि एक दिन बहुत जल्दी इनके साथ काम करने का मौका मिलेगा. और जब ये हुआ तो वो इतना ओवरवेलमिंग था कि ये क्या हो रहा है, ये नहीं हो पाएगा. और वही हुआ कि जब मैं ऑडिशन भी दिया, स्क्रीन टेस्ट भी करने गई थी, तो मुझे वो इतना ज़्यादा बड़ी चीज़ लग रही थी कि ये क्या हो रहा है, मतलब इज़ दिस रियली गोना हैपन. एंड आई गॉट रिजेक्टेड फॉर नीलोफर्स पार्ट स्टार्टिंग में. तब मैं ऑब्वियसली ये थोड़ा ना हो सकता है मेरे साथ. And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Then pandemic के बाद things changed and whatever happened and sir thought that I can play this part and I was called for it. Same with Vishal sir also. I was supposed to do something with him before pandemic. Everything was एक महीने में and I was like ये कैसे हो सकता है? Oh shit, we both were. So sorry. We both were supposed to work with him. And वो मेरे लिए तो ऐसा था कि this is not possible, this is just, how can this happen? And that also didn't happen.
Yeah, well, it's actually, if you think about it, we were actually meant to work together somehow. हम दूसरी एक सीरीज कर रहे थे और वो for some reason hold पे चली गई and then आज आके यहाँ पे टकराए वापस से.
And मेरी और सिद्धांत, मतलब हम दोनों की जर्नीज और बहुत सारी चीज़ें पर्सनली हम इतना रिलेट करते हैं एक दूसरे से. और सो वियर्ड कि हम एक ही शो करने वाले थे, उसके बाद ये करते करते एंड वी आर टुगेदर इन जुबली प्लेइंग दीज ब्यूटिफुल ओवरवेलमिंग कैरेक्टर्स. इवन व्हेन ही वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट जय, आई फील लाइक इवन विद नीलोफर इट्स सो वियर्ड कि जैसे यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट जय कि ही जस्ट सम पीपल जस्ट डोंट नो हाउ टू गिव अप. इट्स सेम विद नीलोफर. उसको शी इज़ अ सर्वाइवर, शी डजंट नो हाउ एल्स टू बी. शी जस्ट, उसका इंस्टिंक्ट है टू जस्ट फाइंड अ वे, यू नो, find a way to make things work, It's so like instinctive. It's not like giving up is just not in their books. It's not in the dictionary कि हाँ ये भी कर सकते हो कि you just give up. So that is one similarity between both our characters and I think that's how they kind of connect also. There's something, वो energies इतनी similar है कि जय और नीलोफर एक दूसरे से जिस तरीके से connect करते हैं. So weird कि even as actors, मतलब जिस तरीके से मैं सिद्धांत के साथ मैंने कनेक्ट किया है एंड हमारी जर्नीज जितनी रिलेटेबल, जितनी सिमिलर रही हैं, सो बिजार, इट्स सो मैजिकल, इट्स सो ब्यूटीफुल.
It's also very beautiful if you look at it. Jay, Nilofer और Sidhant or Wamiqa, if you look at it, it's like in life, whenever we are talking, whenever we meet, we lift each other up. Jay and Nilofer is the same. They lift each other up. अब वो पता नहीं हमसे उनको मिला या उनसे हमको मिला, वो नहीं मुझे पता. But then it's very like it's
that's so
really,
beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful to think about it.
Yeah, lastly, Aditi, so you play Sumitra Roy, right? And she
Sumitra
Kumari, sorry. है ना? No, so she is this woman, she is this heroine, she's running the studio, she takes a stand very silently. She has her own share of struggles also. What are the struggles of being a heroine in 2023?
How much time do we have?
I love it, Aditi.
Come on, Aditi. Be honest.
We just started rolling the show. Go for it. I think she needs another show for this.
Come home and have lunch.
Lunch and dinner. Oh God. कोई एक आदमी बता दो.
अच्छा शॉर्ट में थोड़ा एक बता दो.
What are the struggles of being a heroine in 2023? Okay, let's not. Okay, I don't want to use the word struggle because struggle, that's a part of being an artist. Is that there are going to be ups and downs, and I think to always choose to believe and choose to keep dreaming. And believing that you will, see those dreams come true. So I think that that takes guts. And it takes a kind of steadiness. And I know, like personally with me, a lot of people, they always say ki, oh Aditi, I feel like if I do foo you'll fly, and if I touch you you'll break. I'm like, you think you need to save me, but if there's a storm I'll save you. And I think that comes from just believing in these dreams.
Yeah.
And loving being an artist and being a part of this magical world so much, that I think that keeps me steady. And I know that sometimes you get waylaid, sometimes you get confused, sometimes people give you a lot of advice, whatever, but to keep bringing yourself back, to keep the child alive in you, and to just keep dreaming. I think that I would say is something that I really hold on to and I really protect. And I know that I've been lucky to have people around me who also protect that in me. So that's all I can think of at this point.
Okay.
The rest is over lunch.
I see you. No, but before we wrap this up, very quickly, it will take just 1 minute. I have a Hindi cinema quiz.
Oh no.
Yes. Love it.
But before she starts the Hindi cinema quiz,
but let me just already tell you, if we know any answers, it's because of
दे
Dada and Vikram sir.
अगर आप इन दोनों को गेम में नहीं रखोगे तो आपको कोई जवाब नहीं मिलेगा.
Okay, very quickly, first Hindi film to win the national award was.
ये नए सवाल आते रहते हैं, हमने रट्टे नहीं
First
मारे.
Hindi film to
National
win
award.
a national award. 2 national awards.
Come on, Vikram sir.
We are counting on you.
2 बीघा जमीन.
नहीं. This
It's an obscure one. It's not.
1954 में it had released. Should I say the
हाँ
answer?
जी please go.
बता दीजिए.
It's Mirza Ghalib.
Correct. Yeah. That's something that's very obscure. This was in one of our school quizzes.
Okay, next one. The first color film of India.
An.
The what?
Mughal e Azam.
No.
An.
First full color film.
Yes. Color.
An. No.
No, sir.
No.
Jungli?
No, it's Kisan Kanhaiya.
Wow. Interesting.
Okay, this is easy. First talkie film made in India.
Alamar.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so Bombay Talkies, which was founded by Himanshu Rai. Oh, where is it located in Bombay?
Malad.
Yes.
Okay. Far away.
Okay, last one. In which year did Mughal-e-Azam release?
1959. No, 60.
Which month do you remember?
What?
Okay.
You're pushing it now.
I know.
Okay, fine. August.
Lunch cancel.
All right, on that note,
Thank you so much,
so
Aditi. Lovely talking to you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.